The ACPE Inspiration Award recognizes mid-career professionals who have accomplished a career milestone and/or who have demonstrated significant leadership qualities in service to ACPE. This year, we're proud to honor ACPE Certified Educator Ki-Do An with the 2021 ACPE Inspiration Award. Ki-Do An was born and raised in South Korea. He enjoyed the beauty of nature in his hometown. In his youth, he enjoyed playing soccer and ping pong with his friends. He attended Yonsei University in Seoul, South Korea. Ki-Do came to the United States to do his seminary training at San Francisco Theological Seminary. While in seminary, Ki-Do met his wife, Young Nan, and they were married in 2007. He completed his residency with Stanford Hospital in 2008 and went on to receive his Master of Divinity from the San Francisco Theological Seminary. In the same year, his daughter Serene was born. During his seminary education and his CPE residency, he served several Korean churches both in South Korea and in the United States, as youth pastor and within their respective young adult ministries. Through his seminary studies, Ki-Do was interested in spirituality and serving people through spiritual direction. In 2010, he received a Diploma of Art of Spiritual Direction from San Francisco Theological Seminary and began his CPE supervisory training at the Stanford Hospital. In 2012, he moved to Fresno, California to establish a satellite CPE center, as there was no ACPE accredited CPE center in the Fresno area at the time. At CPE of Central California, he served as CPE program supervisor from 2012 to 2016. And in 2015, he was fully certified by ACPE as an ACPE certified educator. From August of 2016 through April of 2020, Ki-Do served as Director of Clinical Pastoral Education at Fresno Pacific University Biblical Seminary. In 2017, while he was at Fresno Pacific University Biblical Seminary, Ki-Do successfully led the accreditation process of CPE of Central California to be a standalone center. As he was serving Central California, he worked with hospitals, hospices, and other institutions to educate more spiritual leaders about the role of chaplains and how they could benefit their settings. Later, he worked with workforce chaplaincy, prison chaplaincy, and many other areas. After CPE of Central California became an ACPE accredited center in 2017, Community Regional Medical Center, Fresno, California, began to seriously discuss the possibility of creating a plan of becoming a CPE satellite program out of CPECC to move forward to the developing of a CPE residency program, which would also allow them to serve more people in Central California. As Ki-Do was working with Community Regional Medical Center, he led another accreditation process successfully between 2019 to 2020, and Community Regional Medical Center became an accredited center in 2020. In July 2020, he joined Community Regional Medical Center as a Program Director of Pastoral Education. He's an ordained pastor through the Presbyterian Church USA, and in addition to his CPE work, he's currently serving the Korean Presbyterian Church of Fresno as an affiliated pastor. For his vacation, he enjoys travel and camping trips in national parks, and he loves to play ping pong and tennis. Please join us in congratulating Ki-Do An with ACPE's 2021 Inspiration Award.
Hello, ACPE colleagues. It is such an honor to receive ACPE Inspiration Award this year. I appreciate my colleagues who nominated me in this award. I appreciate certified educator who trained me, Reverend Dr. George Fitzgerald, Reverend John Harrison, Chaplain Nanning Long, Reverend Sandy Yalat, and also my colleagues in San Francisco Bay Area, Pacific Community of Practice, East Bay COP, Korean American COP, and AAPI COP. Without their support, I cannot be here. I'd like to share my appreciation with Dr. Jim Westgate, who is the chair of CPECC and board members at CPECC, and also Robin Gonzalez, who is the VP of Operations, and other leaders at Community Regional Medical Center, Fresno, California. Their kindness and support for CPE program helped me to be creative in all the program I work with. I want to share my joy with my wife and daughter in the United States, and also with my parents and family members in South Korea. CPE has impacted on me last 14 years. I've been changed through this process, and also my family too. In my life, ACPE became the community that I found, the community that I love, and I can be authentic as who I am, and also felt supported by. I'm proud of being part of the ACPE. Again, it is my honor to be a recipient of ACPE Inspiration Award this year. Thank you.
Originally established in 2009, the ACPE Emerging Leader Award recognizes early career professionals who have already begun to exhibit significant leadership qualities in service to ACPE. This year, we're proud to honor ACPE Certified Educator Helen McKinley with the 2021 ACPE Emerging Leader Award. Helen is the CPE Program Manager for St. Joseph Mercy Hospital, Ann Arbor, a subsidiary of Trinity Health, serving Southeast Michigan. She holds a Doctor of Ministry from Portland Seminary in Leadership and Spiritual Formation and is ordained in the United Church of Christ. Helen is the chair of the Business Resource Group for Diversity and Inclusion and is a non-scientist member of the Oncology IRB at St. Joseph Mercy, Ann Arbor. She completed her educator training in St. Louis, Missouri at SSM Health St. Louis University Hospital and has served in Catholic health care for the past 8 years. Helen is a native of Mississippi and an avid golfer. She enjoys traveling and experiencing new things with her family. Experiencing the value of relationships and the interconnected nature of human experience via life in a small southern Mississippi town, Helen learned skills that would shape her as a CPE educator while witnessing her grandfather's interactions in the local community as the town grocer. The store's revolving door opened for all people, young and old, rich and poor, black and white. His input and influence on her life generated a desire to open the door of her life to others. Helen has expressed this way of being as a campus minister, foster adoptive parent, and now ACPE educator. Today, Helen and her partner Sarah are raising 3 adopted children, Noah, Lyric, and Salem. Helen and Sarah work hard to create a safe and secure environment for their children to grow and thrive. This challenging, rewarding reality of Helen's everyday life informs her identity as an ACPE educator and leader. As the only child of divorced parents, Helen was fortunate to have grandparents who stepped in to raise her as a consistent presence, empowering her growth, development, and eventual relational resilience. Helen believes that connecting with her story has been her greatest resource in parenting and supervision. Helen's faith was shaped and formed in the conservative South, within the walls of her hometown Southern Baptist Church. Walking through the doors of that church, she found an invitation to claim her faith and explore a call to ministry. The Southern Baptist Church provided Helen with a foundational understanding of life and ministry, and it was not until her call to ministry shifted beyond the realm of campus ministry that limitations arose from being a female in ministry. Claiming her sexuality and call to ministry leadership is what prompted Helen's movement away from the secure faith base within the Southern Baptist Church. As she says, exploring comes naturally to her, and as she has further engaged this part of herself, she ultimately sought a denominational connection congruent with her personhood. In Helen's words, "I walked through many doors before finding community within the United Church of Christ. What I love most about the United Church of Christ is the similarities to my grandfather's store. The door revolves, all are welcome and possibilities abound. Please join us in congratulating Helen McKinley with ACPE's 2021 Emerging Leader Award.
Hello everyone, my name is Helen McKinley and I'm honored to accept the 2021 Emerging Leader Award. In a year where change and unpredictability have become the new normal, ACPE has been a supportive foundation for me both personally and professionally. I'm proud to be a member of a relationally minded organization that values community and connection, two things I have needed most over the past year and a half. I'm also thankful for the nomination from my Trinity Health colleague, Bill Foster, who has become not only a coach and mentor, but also a cherished friend. Thank you, ACPE.
Named for Helen Flanders Dunbar, who played a fundamental role in the early stages of CPE, the Helen Flanders Dunbar Award was established in 2001 for pioneering contributions to the CPE movement. This year, ACPE is proud to honor ACPE psychotherapist Russell Seiler Jones with the 2021 Helen Flanders Dunbar Award. Russell is a pastoral counselor in Asheville, North Carolina, and has been the lead developer of ACPE's Spiritually Integrated Psychotherapy Program. He is the director of the residency in psychotherapy and spirituality for CareNet Counseling and the Wake Forest Baptist Health System. Author of a book on psychotherapy and spirituality, and an invited speaker at trainings and conferences across the country. Russell's parents were both public school educators and taught him by example the value of education and a life of service. Russell holds a BA from Furman University, a Master of Divinity from Southeastern Baptist Theological Seminary, and a Doctor of Theology from Columbia Theological Seminary. He did his first unit of CPE in 1984, a CPE residency at Grady Hospital in Atlanta, and 2 units of supervisory education at the Quillen VA Medical Center in Johnson City, Tennessee. He also spent 2 years working in a community mental health center, 3 years as an associate pastor, 5 years as a hospital chaplain, and 4 years as a pastoral counseling resident at the Georgia Association for Pastoral Care in Atlanta. Since 1996, he and his wife Janine have been therapists in Asheville, North Carolina, and they have 2 adult children. In 2008, Russell was recruited by CareNet Counseling and the Wake Forest Baptist Health System to re-establish its counselor training program. As director of the CareNet Residency in Psychotherapy and Spirituality, he collaborates with CPE educators to teach and supervise therapists during the first 3 years of their careers. Under his leadership, the CareNet residency has grown to include 15 to 20 therapists in training each year. Russell is the author of Spirit in Session, Working with Your Client's Spirituality and Your Own in Psychotherapy. This text is widely used in graduate degree counseling programs and in some CPE training programs. He also writes an online spirituality column for Psychology Today and introduces ACPE to groups across the country as a speaker at conferences and training events. Russell has served in numerous leadership roles in AAPC and ACPE. He is currently a member of ACPE's Psychotherapy Commission and was chair of AAPC's Southeast region during the years it grieved its decline and re-envisioned a mission for the future. That re-envisioning led to the development of what would become ACPE's Spiritually Integrated Psychotherapy Program. The SIP program helps therapists learn to work effectively with spirituality and religion in the context of psychotherapy. It takes the wisdom of the pastoral counseling tradition, translates it into language and skills accessible to therapists without formal education or training in spirituality, and delivers it in a continuing education format similar to therapists. Russell co-wrote the curriculum for the SIP program, trained a network of SIP trainers, works with the ACP Psychotherapy Commission and ACPE staff to develop infrastructure to deliver the program, and is the principal investigator in a research study to measure the efficacy of the training. One of his nominators writes, "In addition to all I've said about Russell professionally, he's someone I trust to be clear, honest, compassionate, and thoughtful. Anytime I see his face, hear his voice, see the twinkle in his eyes, and feel the love he communicates just by his presence, I feel better. Please join us in congratulating Russell Seiler Jones with ACPE's 2021 Helen Flanders Dunbar Award.
I am #ACPE proud to be connected with this recognition, and I definitely feel it's a recognition of the whole spiritually integrated psychotherapy program and everyone who has been connected with that. Especially want to name 4 people: David Harris, John Ettinger, Jill Snodgrass, and Beth Toller. And let's throw in a 5th behind the camera, my wife Janine, who've all helped this thing come to be. I'm also grateful to the ACPE membership and board and staff for all your work in welcoming this expansion of ACPE's mission. And I look forward to what's going to become of it in the years ahead.
The Distinguished Service Award is ACPE's highest recognition bestowed upon members providing exemplary service to the association. Established in 1980, the award honors outstanding service and demonstrated leadership in ACPE. We're delighted to honor ACPE Certified Educator Sally A. Schwab as the recipient of the 2021 Distinguished Service Award. Sally was born in 1956 into a blue-collar, working-class family in a small town south of St. Louis, Missouri. As the 4th child of 5 children, she was baptized into the Grace Presbyterian Church. She loved music, singing in choirs, and playing in the band. And in her senior year of high school, she was chosen to be the drum majorette. In those years, her activities included music, drama, debate, scouting, and church activities. In her sophomore year of high school, she experienced her first faith crisis, centered around issues of how persons experience their faith. She chose to leave the Presbyterian Church and join the United Methodist Church, a choice that disappointed her parents. Sally went on to attend college at Central Methodist College because of the excellent music program. She majored in elementary education and music education and felt called into professional ministry. In the summers, she worked for the Creative Ministries program. In her senior year, she took her first appointment with the United Methodist Church and became an associate pastor at the Sheridan County Larger Parish, which included 5 rural churches in north central Missouri. After college, she entered seminary at St. Paul School of Theology. She served as president of the student body in her 3rd year and graduated with honors, where she received an award for being the one most likely to succeed in parish ministry. She received deacon's orders in the United Methodist Church in 1979 and elder's orders in 1982. After seminary, she was appointed to the Northmore United Methodist Church and received the honor of being the first woman appointed to a single-point charge in the North Kansas City area. While she served at the Northmore United Methodist Church, she discerned a call to the vocation of chaplaincy. She completed a residency at Baptist Medical Center in Kansas City, received her credentials as a professional chaplain from the Association of Chaplains in 1991, and became a fully credentialed ACPE certified educator in 1988. In 1987, she was endorsed by the Division of Chaplains of the United Methodist Church. She was hired at the Veterans Administration Medical Center in Kansas City in 1986 and relocated to Mosaic Life Care Medical Center in 1989, where she has served for over 3 decades. In her 31-year tenure at Mosaic Life Care Medical Center, Sally has achieved many accolades. She was selected as a fellow in the Healthy Communities Partnership and received a grant from the Robert Wood Johnson Foundation that upstarted the Faith in Action program in her community. Sally also championed the End of Life Care Initiative, created the Palliative Care Consultation Program, and served as ACPE's board chair from 2010 to 2011. More recently, she led an initiative to create the 4U team for peer-to-peer collegial support in the clinical environment. Throughout her tenure, she has served as the Director for Spiritual Health. Prior to that, she served as the Director of the Hospice Program for 11 years. Sally has been active in the leadership of the Ethics Program, which has led to participation in advanced care planning, palliative care, and the creation of legislation that led to the outside of the hospital DNR order in Missouri in 2009. She is a leader in the Organ and Tissue Program, and in 2019 presented a best practice model for creating celebrations of life events. Currently, she also serves as a consultant for Truman Medical Center's chaplaincy program. Within ACPE, Sally has always been involved in the service of the association. She has served on regional certification and accreditation committees and has planned multiple regional and national meetings. She served on the Board of Representatives for 15 years and was a part of the creation of the Foundation for Clinical Pastoral Education, where she has consistently donated to support the work of the association. And in 2020, Sally completed her 6-year term of service as a FCPE board member. Ladies and gentlemen, please join us in celebrating Sally A. Schwab as ACPE's 2021 Distinguished Service Award honoree.
Thank you so much for honoring me today with the ACPE Distinguished Service Award. When Jasmine called me and shared with me the news, I was so overwhelmed with happiness and joy, and also with a sense of deep humility, knowing that many that I have served along through the years all deserve awards of distinguished service. We shared tears of joy. As I think about my work in the ACPE, I am thankful that I have been a part of supervising ministry students since 1984. And even though my ministry vocational career has taken many different turns, ACPE and the ministry of students has always been my priority and my deepest love. I am very proud to be a member of the ACPE. I am proud of the quality of education that we provide to our students. I'm proud of the commitment that we have to social justice and our willingness to take risks and to imagine the ACPE continuing to be a strong and compassionate association throughout our world in the days ahead. Again, thank you for this very special award. I cherish my relationships within the ACPE, and it is an honor to be chosen.